Hello, everybody. How you doing? My name is TheChrisLapakko. You can follow me on Twitter at TheChrisLapakko. Yes, TheChrisLapakko. Somebody wrote to me on Facebook and they wanted to know about Arden Hills, the exam station in Arden Hills. And I never worked at Arden Hills, right? But a lot of the exam stations are pretty similar, because they want to have uniform tests. That is ideal. If every exam station looked the same, then that would be like the best situation, because then you couldn't say, oh, I did better at this place because it's easier or whatever. So everyone gets a fair, consistent test. So Arden Hills is a little different layout, but not much from Egan. So if you've seen my Egan exam station video, this might be a lot of review, but you can go check that out too if you want. Okay, so pulling into the exam station, I'll just explain what we're looking at here. This is 35W, and this is headed north, right? If you're going from right to left, that's north. Left to right is south. And so yeah, you get off here. Then you come in on this little frontage road and you drive past this fleet services thing. That's where they have all sorts of extra vehicles and shit. I don't know, old police cruisers and whatnot. And then here you enter the exam station. Okay. So let's zoom down to the entrance and see what that's like. Dun, 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 dun. I don't see any stop sign for anybody here or anybody leaving, but I do see stop lines on either side, which would indicate to me that there's a stop sign for people on the other side here. So can't see if there's a stop sign there, but there would be. I can guarantee it, I guess, because they have stop lines there. So as we enter, going this way, people on either side have to stop. You're good to go going through. And then once you enter here, we have a two-way street. We got a yellow line in the middle of traffic. Yellow lines divide traffic moving in opposite directions. White lines divide traffic moving in the same direction. So 1, 2 lanes, and then we got another lane where people park here. So we got 3 lanes on each side of the road, 6-lane road here. This looks like an uncontrolled intersection. I don't see any sort of road markings that would indicate that there's a stop sign. There's no traffic lights there. Yeah. So this looks like an uncontrolled intersection to me. When you get to an uncontrolled intersection, slow down, look for cars, but you do not have to stop if there's no traffic. Okay, you don't have to make a complete stop like you would at a stop sign. So where is that? As soon as we come in the entrance, the first intersection looks like it is an uncontrolled intersection to me. So be careful over there. And both ways when you go through, because this is a one-way street over here that intersects. See, we see all white lines, so it's all traffic moving in the same direction. When you go through this intersection, slow down and look, right? Everybody knows that. If you go through it again a different way, the same rules apply. So I would see people that would slow down and look and then go through another time and whoo, just go flying through and almost get killed. So anytime you go through this intersection, make sure it's safe. Follow the right-of-way rules. Look it up in the driver's manual, okay? Continuing down the intersection or down the main strip here, we've gone through the first intersection. Coming up to the second intersection here. Let me zoom in. Traffic lights here, looks like. There's no stop line, but there is a crosswalk here. And then it looks like traffic lights over here and over here. And over here, maybe. Hold on. Yeah, it looks like traffic lights. All right. So yeah, when you get to a traffic light, complete stop if you need to. People take that for granted sometimes, and they do rolling stops. They don't stop the car all the way. Sit there for a couple seconds. If you're making a right-hand turn at this intersection, you would get all the way over next to the curb and then make your right-hand turn. Okay, so don't make a right-hand turn from out here. You see what I mean? These are two unmarked lanes right here. And then there is one marked lane, right? You got it? So 3-lane road, get all the way over into the far right lane, and then make your turn if you're making a right turn. If you're making a left turn, you got to get as far left as you can. And on a 2-way street, that'd be the middle of the road. So get out next to the yellow line. Yellow line should always be outside your driver's door. And make your left-hand turn. Once again, finishing with your driver's door next to the yellow line in the middle of the street. Don't make a left turn that goes all the way over to the curb. That's no good. All right? All right. Zoom out again. So it looks like this is where they do the staging for the vehicles before the test. I don't know what their situation is as far as like test procedures for when you get there before they open up. There's a parking lot, so maybe they stage there. I don't know. But there's the main building. There's the parking lot for the test. That would be the drive-up window. That'd be the check-in window, dispatch. So you pull in on the one-way street, and then you pull in. It's like a drive-through at a McDonald's. All right. And continuing. Sorry, I got distracted. So we go through the stoplights here. If you don't know how to follow traffic lights, I'm sorry. You probably shouldn't have a license. Here's another uncontrolled intersection. There might be a yield sign down there. I don't know. Trees are blocking it. Look out for yield signs. I'll just put it that way. Wink. Okay. We got a stubbed inroad here. So what that indicates is it's supposed to be the intersection goes on forever. So the road is going to continue on this way forever. But obviously we don't have infinite room, so it doesn't work. Basically just testing how you handle yourself at another uncontrolled intersection. So when you get up here, scan, look for other traffic, look for road signs. If there are any yield signs, pay attention. If you're going to make a right turn like before, get all the way over next to the curb, make your right-hand turn. If you're going to make a left turn, stay out here in the left lane. What is that thing? All right. Stop it. Stop it. If you're going to make a left turn, be out here with the yellow line outside your driver door and finish out here onto this street with in the middle of the street. So let me zoom out here. Now, so we came in, we went straight down the main strip, and now I'm looking at the back of the exam station here, okay? The top part of the uppercase T. So we got stubbed inroads again here. So also the other thing that the other reason they do that is so you use your turn signals. Make sure you use your turn signals when you make your turns during any place that has stubbed inroads. Okay. This road back here doesn't have any road markings on it. So that means it's a two-way street. If there are no road markings, that means it is a two-way, usually 30 mile an hour, not every time, but 30 mile an hour typically. You see them around in neighborhoods, residential neighborhoods. Two-way street. One-ways will have road markings and road signs. So look out for those, and then you know you're on a one-way street. But a yellow line or nothing means it's a two-way street. And then when you get over into the corner over here, this stuff has nothing to do with you, okay? So you're playing over here in this playground. Don't even worry about this shit. So you come up here and you would make your turn left because you can't turn right and you're not going straight. On another unmarked two-way street, it looks like. Headed back towards the entrance, right? Going past the main parking lot. Ooh, now we got some road markings. What's going on here? Yellow line divides two-way traffic. White line divides traffic moving in the same direction. So we got a two-way street. We drive on the right side of the road, whoop, going that way. They drive on the other side of the street, whoop, going this way. And got 2 lanes for traffic moving in the same direction. So we got a double turn lane over here. This car would turn in here. Got it? Closest lane will stay in the closest lane. And then the next closest car in the lane over here would turn over into this lane. Got it? So outside lane to outside lane, inside lane to inside lane. This is off of a one-way street over here. The same thing goes for over here. So we know we're turning onto a two-way street from the one-way, right? So all white lines over here, traffic moving in the same direction, multiple road markings that indicate which lane you have to be in to make a turn. And if you're in the outside lane over here, turning off of the one-way street onto the two-way street, you would stick into this outside lane. Got it? Got it. If you're in the inside lane, you stick into the inside lane, and that yellow line better stay outside your driver's door or you're in big, big trouble, yo. Right here we have stop lines. So that indicates traffic coming this way and traffic coming this way. Both have to stop. So if you're coming down the one-way street here, it looks like to me, you don't have to stop. Those other cars have to stop. So you just keep on cruising, baby. Don't stop unnecessarily. That is not a good thing. Yeah, so I think that describes that. Everything you need to know there. Stop lines. Stay out of the stop lines. It's a two-way street. There's a yellow line in the middle of the road. When you see all white lines, then you know it's a one-way street. And also look for road signs that say one-way. We'll continue driving down the road here. This would be the equivalent of fail corner at the Egan exam station. But see, it's like a regular intersection here. So I bet people don't fail all the fucking time, right? Because they know, oh, I can't make a left turn from over here. What if somebody else is turning left or something? Anyway, they understand that it's not a double turn lane here. And fail corner is supposed to represent an intersection like this, with actually a stubbed in road over here. But yeah, so then people stay in this outside lane and then turn left. And you see why that's a problem here? Because if this guy's over here, he's turning left. You run into him. This isn't a double turn lane. Do you see any road markings that indicate a double turn lane? No, man. So don't do it. Don't do it. Get in the left lane, make a left turn. Yellow line better be outside your driver door. Get in the right lane all the way over into the right lane to make a right-hand turn. But you're not going to make a right-hand turn there because that's all that Fleet Farm bullshit or whatever. Fleet Farm? Yeah. Okay, so did I miss anything on that road? Doesn't look like it. Swing it back around. All right, so now the fleet surplus services, whatever, is at our back. And we're headed towards the entrance. Looks like parking exercises, parallel parking over here. And once again, unmarked. So you know it's a two-way street. There's nothing to indicate that it's a one-way road. White line here, solid white line is a stop line. So that means there's a stop sign there, I would imagine. Let me know if I'm wrong if you go take the test. But that's what those mean. So make a complete stop. Usually you'll turn here onto this street. Oh, you know what? That reminds me. So let's say you make a left turn here. Make your complete stop. Look out for traffic coming up on either side because they don't have to stop, right? You turn and you turn into the first available lane to the right of the center line because this is a two-way street. All right, sweet, you nailed it. Oops. Now, let's say they have you continue driving up this street here, and then you have to make a left turn onto the one-way. What a lot of people do is they make a turn like it's a two-way street. So they'll turn to the first lane to the right of the center line, which is over here. But that's not the rule. The rule is you're supposed to turn into the first available lane. On a two-way street, the first available lane is the first lane to the right of the center line. Bingo, right here. On a one-way street, the first available lane is right there. Dummy. I'm sorry, you're not dumb. You're smart. You found this video, so you're not a dummy. Okay, but this is, and this is like worth as much as your parallel parking. If you make a left turn on the one-way street and go into one of these other lanes, 2, 3, or 4, when you don't have to, like if there was a car on fire over here, yeah, that's fine, whatever. Somebody's parked there illegally and you can't turn. Yeah, gotcha. Then go into 2, 3, or 4. The first available lane, so whatever lane is available. Assuming this lane is available, you're making a left-hand turn from over here. You should turn into this lane. Then make your lane change if you have to. Okay? You will probably have to do at least one lane change during the test. I can't tell you where you would do a lane change during the test because that would be giving away too much information, right? But yeah, so I won't tell you where you do the lane change. All right? I won't tell you where you do the lane change. We don't disclose non-public information here on the TheChrisLapakko experiment. All right. Is there anything over on this road over here? So we know we can't turn right down that street. It's a one-way. Going that way. Here we got one single yellow line in the middle of the road, but this is where they'll get you on this one. Row or lane position is what people forget about over here. So you see there's like a messed up looking truck right there. Anyway, there's room for a car to drive and room for a car to park. What people will do is they'll drive in between both lanes if there aren't parked cars there, and they'll take up the whole goddamn road, right? You know the people when you get to a light and you want to make a right-hand turn and they're taking up too much of the street so you can't turn right behind them, right? Right. So they should move over to the left a little more and give you some room to make your right-hand turn. They're being a road hog. Don't be a road hog. When you drive out next to the center of the road. Keep that yellow line outside your driver door. And then if you want to make a right-hand turn or park your car, then get over into this right lane. Got it? Easy enough. And then, okay, we're coming up here again. We're making a left turn onto a one-way street from a two-way street here, right? Just like before. First available lane right there. Don't go into one of these other lanes over here. First available lane right there. Making a right-hand turn coming up this way. So we're driving out next to the middle of the street. Next to the yellow line. We're going to make a right-hand turn. You signal at least 100 feet before you make the turn. Get all the way over next to the curb. Don't half-ass it. Get all the way over next to the curb. Make your right-hand turn into the first available lane, which should be right here. Unless, you got a whole bunch of like parked cars here waiting to check in. Where's the first available lane at that point? Bingo, right here. So if you got a bunch of cars checking in, first available lane is now here. Okay? Remember that. First available lane. Stay on your side of the street. Stay in your lane, homie. What else? Is there a stop line up here in the corner? There is coming into the exam station. No. So these people coming in have to stop, it looks like. Anyway. I think that should pretty much cover it, man. Watch my Egan exam station video. I'll explain some other stuff there too. But a lot of it's the same. A lot of it's the same. Yeah, now I'm looking at it. There's pretty much no difference except where you initially come out. At the Egan exam station, you come out here when you start your test. And it looks like at Arden Hills, you come out here to start your test. Oh, that's another thing to remember. Anytime you leave a parking lot, or an alleyway and enter a public road, you must make a complete stop. Bugs the shit out of me. People never make complete stops leaving parking lots. Just pull right the fuck out. Annoying. That's a bunch of points. That's worth more than your parallel parking. Okay. So if you're starting up here in one of these lanes, right by the start, right by the road, you're already starting from a stop. You don't need to make another stop. But let's say you're sitting in behind some other car, right? They take off, go into their thing. The examiner says, all right, it's time for you to take off now. Go out here and turn right or turn left or whatever. And you, starting from back here, pull out and don't stop. That's a bunch of points. All right. I don't want to assign a number of points to it. I'll do that in a different video. Okay. Anyway. So when you leave, if you're not starting from a stop all the way up there, right? If you're way back here and they tell you to start, make sure you stop when you get up there and then make your turn wherever you got to go. Okay. Sweet. Is that really it? Is that really it? Are we really done now, Chris? Yes, we're really done. My name's TheChrisLapakko. Follow me on Twitter at TheChrisLapakko. Yes, TheChrisLapakko. You can also donate to me if you'd like. In the upper right-hand corner of this video, there should be a little I. Click it. Donate. Give me $1. $1 a month. That's all I ask. You know how many dollars that is in a whole year? 12. I did the math earlier. So give me $12 per year. Think I'm worth it? I think I'm worth it. And tell you what, you can even give me $1 and then cancel it. Sweet. Fine. I don't care. Give me a goddamn $1. Go to patreon.com/ChrisLapakko experiment. Donate. Subscribe right here, right now. And follow me on Twitter at TheChrisLapakko. Yes, TheChrisLapakko. Thank you for watching. Peace up. A-Town down. Ya basta. Bye-bye.